I guess the big point of conversation on this offense is the left guard battle.
Absolutely, man.
Kevin Dotson and Kendrick Green.
Yeah, they're really trying to hit home that this is a competition that nothing is going to be handed out to Kevin Dotson. And I think, to an extent, I do like that based on how we saw everything play out last year. Remember last year, the reports of, Dotson being in the doghouse, questioning with the moment, not the momentum, but the motivation and things like that. What was that going to look like? Was he complacent? Was it too much praise for him? Well, this year is very different in terms of that approach. It wasn't a lot of high expectations. It wasn't a lot of people talking about him and putting him on a pedestal. This year, even from the team's perspective, they're taking the approach of, no, you got to prove it. And I want you to prove it each and every day. So I do like that. I do think that that's going to only be beneficial for both of those guys, for Dotson and for Green. But as we talked about earlier, with Dotson obviously going out of practice earlier today with the injury, we need my man Kendrick Green to make the most of this, man. Make the most of it. Now, your physical condition, that's going to be another part that's going to be on display. Jaylen Warren, part of the reason why he was still, being viewed and talked about in a positive manner was because he was getting a lot more reps when Najee wasn't out there and some of the injuries, but his physical conditioning was awesome. So he was able to play at a high level while taking on all those reps. For Kendrick Green, I'm hoping that his cardio is where it needs to be, because it's nothing worse than
pounds.
Yeah, I'm hoping it worked out, because it's nothing worse than you get this opportunity. You've been crying about it, or not crying, but you've been wanting this. You've been waiting on it. You get it, and you're not prepared for it. Can't have that. So for him, hopefully, man, he's in enough shape that he'll be able to take on this extra reps for as long as that goes. We'll see what the extent with Dotson is later on. But yeah, for my man Kendrick Green, man, we'll see how it goes out for him, man. But I'm excited for him, because every player, man, I feel like deserves that opportunity. Like, you're gonna have moments where everything goes right for you, and that's fine. But when you have something bad on your tape, I just feel like, give the guys a chance to go out there and correct it. We know how it ended for Kendrick Green, but now you got a chance. Go out there and correct it, man.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a feel-good story to him if he could pull this off.
Absolutely.
The only problem is he's going up against Steeler fan favorite Kevin Dotson. So I would be in Kendrick Green's corner in this one, but I'm sorry, you're going up against Mr. 69. It's Dotson's position, please. You're just in the way.
Good depth, though. Give us good depth.
Yeah, actually 100%.
Yeah, he gives depth.
I'm not shocked that this is the case based off all these training camp reports. I was more shocked going into training camp when they said there's actually a competition at left guard between Dotson and Green. Like, if you would have told us that heading into the offseason, like, let's say back in February or March, or like whenever the season ended, it's like, what?
Yeah, we didn't look like it was
Kevin
crazy.
Dotson actually played good last year whenever he was healthy. He was just banged up all the time. And you're telling me that dude at center that we eventually had to, like...
Time out. Why you got to call him that dude? It's like, come on, man. Jeez.
Kendrick Green at center.
Yeah, come on, man.
We eventually had to pseudo-bench him, say he was injured, and put in Hassenauer late in the season. You're saying he's going to be the starting left guard over Kevin Dotson? I could never see that. But apparently he's not doing bad, and I guess it is like a legit competition going on.
Well, and
I'm not thrilled about it. It feels like disrespect to Dotson, but hey... They've been trying to knock the man down for how long, but he just keeps winning.
I don't know if it's necessarily them trying to knock him down and some of it being self-inflicted by him. But
there's the reports. I guess we don't know it's accurate, but you're right. There's this whole thing that they keep on trying to motivate.
And
Dotson.
I told you when I talked to him this offseason, and he hit me with it, and I was like, so what did you do, like, when you would get done with a game, or how would you get your body right? And he's like, I would just go to sleep. And when he told me that, I'm like, that's the first issue. Like, you're playing one of the most physically demanding positions in all of football. You can't just get done with a game or a practice and just go lay down. Like, you got to get massages. You got to regular massages. Let me clarify that, please. Yes, not the funny massages, the professional massages. I have a masseuse that I could recommend. Just one masseuse, okay? I don't got all that. I'd have had my lady for 7 years now, all right? Just throwing the thing on out there, okay? But with that, though, it's like, yeah, man, you got to take care of your body. So when you talk about him dealing with some of the injuries, or even his play at certain times as the season will progress, not being where we would want it to be across the board consistently week in and week out, a lot of that does go back to that. I'm sure for the coaching staff, when they're watching him practice, Wednesday, Thursday, after a game, if you're not getting your body taken care of, man, Wednesday and Thursday looks horrendous. You feel like you can't walk. So it's like, man, the fact that my man was just going to sleep and he's still playing 90 to 100% of these snaps on offense, that was the first problem right there. So it's good to hear that he at least corrected that. So from there, man, we just got to see if he can continue going forward, man. Today's show is brought to you by Manscaped. You know the leaders in below the waistline grooming, right? You know them. You know that crew.
Yeah.
Well, Deke, I was thinking to myself, we are in the heart of the summer. We know that football season is here, and ball security, more importantly, is at a premium right now. All right. During this time of year, man, you got to protect your balls. And the best way to do that is with Manscaped. More importantly, the Lawnmower 4.0, the waterproof one with that little light that turns on and off. You know the one we talk about, Deke. I mean, it's things like that, baby. When you talk about going low and slow to make that tree trunk show a little bit more, baby, this is what you need. All right. So don't waste time. You want to check them out. They're here for you. But more importantly, Deke, as we always say, we don't talk about anybody unless we got a promo code.
Yeah.
And that promo code, ladies and gentlemen, is MOATS. You use that, you will get 20% off of your purchase along with free shipping worldwide at manscaped.com. So stop wasting time, man. Make sure you take care of your delicate twins. And I can assure you that anybody that is, privileged enough to interact with them, they'll appreciate you as well.